Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be here with you today, and I thank you for this, and I thank you for all of your service here to our great republic. And on behalf of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I thank every single service member who has served our great country today. We're here to commemorate Flag Day. Obviously, and quite sadly, many of our fellow citizens don't recognize the importance of what this day actually honors. If you pay attention to the news media and the popular culture, you will hear that in some places our flag is viewed as an insult, and that in keeping with proper etiquette, or what they call political correctness, it is removed from sight, or at least removed from its rightful, prominent place. This fact, often ignored, speaks volumes to the state of mind and of heart of some in our culture. However, I believe that those who think this way are only a small portion of the population. Although they are very vocal, they are a minority that allows themselves to be ruled by the tyranny of ignorance. But we're not gathered here today to discuss them. Rather, we are here to honor and celebrate what this symbol actually represents and means to those who do understand. The celebration of the flag actually began in the schools in the late 1800s. And for decades, it's been dedicated to the commemoration of the Flag Resolution of 1777. This holiday was recognized by Woodrow Wilson in 1916 and finally signed into law by Harry Truman in 1949. And this concludes the history lesson. I was born to a career naval aviator, and being a military brat, I suppose I was blessed to have a different view of our national symbol. I'm not sure when I actually gained the reverence that I now hold for it, but my memories are full of those scenes of the flag. As a child, I remember seeing the ships flying the flag in port. I especially remember when they would fly the huge holiday flags, and how the wind would blow and almost bend the mast as it held the flag. I also remember standing at the pier as my father deployed and saw the colors as he put to sea. I remember being on base when it was time for colors, and everything would stop, and those in uniform would turn towards the flag and salute. I grew up watching this symbol to be honored, and it became a part of who I am, as I know is a part of who you are as well. And I suppose that nothing made me more aware of what this symbol meant and what it means than when my father passed away and it covered his casket. The sadness that I felt, the pride that I had for my father in his service to our country as it was folded and presented to my mother. Those who love this nation may find different personal meanings for the colors and shapes found on our flag. I suspect that all patriots find some common themes in the most recognized symbol of our nation. The colors of the flag themselves were adopted into the Great Seal, and the red, white, and blue did not have official meaning until 1782, when the seal was adopted by our nation. Then, in accordance with the rules of heraldry, the white signified purity and innocence, red, hardiness and valor, and blue, signifying vigilance, perseverance, and justice. However, this is just the official representation because we know, in our hearts and in our minds, those meanings do go much, much deeper. Many of you have followed this symbol into harm's way. You have seen your friends bleed and die under it and for it. Your experiences have given words like valor real meaning. I want to express my gratitude to you, both personally and on behalf of the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I know that I speak for so many others when I offer my sincere thanks to you. Each American has the opportunity to have the flag represent something to himself or herself. Thanks to many of you, they may be able to see this flag as a symbol of their ability to speak their mind freely, to have the ability to choose for themselves how to live their lives in peace, to achieve great things for themselves and their families, protected by just laws. To those who live under tyranny outside of our borders, this symbol represents true hope and true freedom. Because it does represent this, tyrants take every opportunity to demean it and to disgrace it. This symbol has been the standard of the freedom and liberty that is found in every human soul since it was first hoisted overhead. All that has ever been required, or is required, is for men to look at it and to live by the virtues that it truly represents. do so, however, we are reminded that the sacrifice of the patriot is there to ensure that all men and all women have the opportunity to taste freedom. But that is what and who Americans are. The patriot recognizes that some things are greater than self, and that those virtues represented in the symbol of Old Glory represent the most noble of ideals. That all men are entitled to the product of these, and that product, ladies and gentlemen, is freedom. This flag, this symbol, means so much to so many who understand the founding principles of this great nation and the sacrifice of so many to preserve and build upon this great nation. And yet we're at a crossroads in our nation's history. Too many have lost sight of these principles represented by this great symbol. Americans, men and women of all nations, have the opportunity to choose to live in liberty. To those who understand what this flag represents, that choice is clear, but not always easy. But for those who do not understand, the choice is quite difficult. It is therefore incumbent on all who do understand to reach out to those who do not. Liberty and freedom are found only in the principles in what this flag represents. As President Woodrow Wilson once said, things that the flag stands for were created by the experiences of a great people. Everything that it stands for was written by their lives. The flag is the embodiment, not of sentiment, but of history. It represents the experiences made by men and women, the experiences of those who die, and those who live under this great flag. I want to thank you again for this great honor in allowing me to speak to you today on this great flag day. Thank you so much.
Honor guard. Head. Forward. Rifle salute. Ready. Aim. Fire. Aim. Aim. Fire. Forward. Freeze it.